What's up, tricksters and tricksetas, and welcome to another free VOD review presented by free rating coach CHARLATAN Papito. Did it already begin? Like there's some silence in the background. It's okay. So, today at our coaching table, we have our friend Elechim from Italy. Yeah, io sono CHARLATANO. He is Omen main, playing on Bind in a Platinum 3 elo. And our friend Elechim, since our last VOD review, free VOD review, improved quite a lot, to be honest. You know, we did a checkup with him in Act 1. And since Act 1, our friend went from 50% win rate all the way to 61.7%. And this act is looking at least 2 times better than previous act. Every single number is higher. ADR, KD, headshot percentage, win rate, KST, delta per round, everything is up, which means that our friend Elechim is following the training, things are working out, and basically, you know, he is on a good trajectory. One thing, you know, obviously, maybe it would be really good if you can play a bit more so that we speed up this process, but probably our friend Elechim kinda burned himself out a bit in the Act 1, because in the Act 1, he really played a lot, and also in the previous acts as well. Elechim, I think that even if you take this act slowly until the end, I think this act is going to be the first time when you get into Diamond. So your main goal during this act should be getting Diamond 1, Diamond 2, and then next act, we should be able to see the green rank for the first time. So that is how, you know, what I expect from you, basically. Since things are finally clicking in, working out, I really don't see a reason why don't we continue with the same shit like that you've been doing. You know, like, of course, like, you know, I'm gonna review your documents and tracker and everything after this VOD review, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what you should do. But things are looking really good. You know, really, really good. All of the most important numbers are quite positive. Clutch percentage is a bit low still. We can fix that. Also, when it comes to, oh, this is also fine. You know, things are looking really good. Basically, I really have I don't have any major complaints. Let me just see how we perform on attack and defense. Attack a bit lower. Defense really fucking good. On defense, you're really playing well. So basically, you know, maybe what we should mainly focus on in the next 1 month is still the attacker's side. You know, attack is still a bit of a problem for you. You need to manage your teammates probably a bit better, you know, your executes, angle clearing, that type of stuff, pathing. We'll see in the VOD, like, what you're liking. Every stat is pretty amazing, to be honest. Phoenix is also there. Not bad. No, maybe we can put Phoenix or Jet or someone else, like, as your secondary pick. But we'll see. What did I even tell you? Like, I think I told you to play Jet as a second main. We're gonna see that in Discord later. When it comes to these stats, okay, this is Act 1, sorry. Eco rounds are still horrible. Like, you just need to play eco rounds better. Like, if you're already playing Omen, a master of shadows, a master of teleports, a master of smoke, you have everything to kill enemies in an eco round. To at least trade yourself for uno kill. No dos, not just uno kill if possible, you know, like that would be nice. So we really need to see like what you're doing in eco rounds, and you need to have a bit more of an impact. Like, why are eco rounds important? Because if you somehow win an eco round, you know, I don't expect you to win it always. That's like a mental and economy breaker for the enemy team. And in these eco rounds, you just need to get 1 kill before your teammates start dying left and right. Because as the numbers are getting lower in eco rounds, the eco round players have higher chances of winning it. So we're gonna see what you can do better there. When it comes to weapon versatility, you definitely play better with Vandal than with a Phantom. So if I was you, I would simply stick with a Vandal for now. You know, Vandal is your weapon and that's it. And when it comes to general weapon versatility, it can still be a bit better. I don't know, why are you so afraid of using the shotguns? Brother, you're playing in low elo. Like, Platinum and Diamond players are dumb as fuck. As fuck, bro. Like, their awareness is 0. Tunnel visioning a lot. They know probably just, you know, they just know like the basic utility usage and whatever the fuck they saw on the YouTube. And it's so easy to counter them, so easy to like punish them with different solutions, such as, you know, Marshall, Outlaw, Judge, Bandit, Bucky, Spectre, Shorty, and that type of stuff. It's very good that Stinger is up there, but you still need to give more love to different weapons. Other than that, you know, pretty good act so far. Like, I really believe that in the next 40 matches, you're easily gonna get like Diamond 1 or Diamond 2. But let's see what we can do to speed up this process. So far, the only thing that pokes my eyes out, purely based on the tracker, is your attacker side, eco rounds, and weapon versatility. Everything else is like okie dokie, at least based on this. But, you know, tracker doesn't tell us the whole story, so we actually need to see what's going on. Il insegno qualche cosa. Brother, can we stop speaking in Italian in the chat? Relax. Yo, Natsuku and Wolfsy, man. I'm good, bro. How are you? Okay, let's make a prediction for the Twitch chat. Do they win the first round? First round win W or L? By the way, when you participate in these like Twitch chat predictions, you win the channel points, and with the channel points you can get a free coaching, Valorant points, and I don't know, maybe some sex. I don't know, like I don't know what I put in the point system anymore. So we're starting where? We're starting on the attacco. Attacco, bro. Okay. Best language in the world. My dude is racist. Okay. I'm kidding. Like literally, I love Italian, man. Like, Italian is like probably top 3 languages for me. Top 3. Easily. And the bottom 3 would be... French is there 100%. French is bottom 3 100%. Purely joshing, we'll see, man. Let's go. Listen here. So, you load up in a match. You ask yourself which map you're playing. What should you do with your team composition against the enemy team composition? And already before the first round even starts, you need to have some kind of an idea how to play this game. So, on the attacker side, on the attacco of Bind, your default side, number 1 priority, B side. Number 2 priority, A side. But generally, how you play on this map really depends on economy, abilities, ultimate status, and of course the team compositions. So, in the first round, if enemies have 0 hardcore sentinels, so what is not a hardcore sentinel? Chamber and Veto, they don't count. 0 of these guys, you can literally push B side 3 rounds in a row, together as 5, and then in a 4th round, we can do a B fake and send it onto A side. If enemies have 1 or more hardcore sentinels, in the first round, call for the 5 and push onto the A side only through the A short area of the map. And of course, we use a default smoke setup here and here. TP on top of the truck, get into the lamps, clear the front side, clear the lamps, and I've been repeating this for the last 6 years. Congratulations. Now, so what's important on this map is obviously B-long control, very important, and A-short control, very important. You should mainly prioritize yourself on attacking these 2 areas of the map. The only times you should touch the window or the showers is when your teammates are dying there, or if it is the plan of some grandiose strategy that you want to perform, like you see an opportunity to make a numbers advantage there. Other than that, B long, A short. Now, in this specific match, I have no idea how Silver Bronze Reina is playing in this game. Like, what's happening with the ranks, but I'm not gonna ask that. So, in this game, when it comes to the team compositions, our team comp is okay. Like, we have a Cypher to hold the flanks and lurks, Omen, the best controller on this map, Jet, Dive, Duelist, Reina with a flash, Tejo with a drone, so we're pretty fine. You know, pretty okay when it comes to the fireman executes. There's really no reason to default. Oh, by the way, that's another rule that you follow on Bind. In the first 5 to 7 rounds, you really want to prioritize and persuade your teammates to not default. Defaulting in ranked solo queue on Bind is one of the worst things you can do in the first half of the half, essentially. Your teammates can make enormous amount of mistakes. Enormous. Every single choke point works in a favor of the enemy team. It is better to measure your penises doing fireman executes and some, you know, like together type of strategies. Now, when it comes to the enemy team comp, we need to be careful when it comes to the sky flashes. You know, whenever we are pathing through any area of the map, we need to play the anti-flash system, where we hide from the flash and bait the shit out of our teammates and then refrag them or save their life, because they're dumb to think about that, usually. Vele is nothing burger on a defender, literally whatever. Like, maybe you should be a bit more scared and afraid when it comes to her aggressive plays with a teleport. Deadlock, whatever, I mean, not your concern at least. They have nothing to hold the flanks and lurks. And Clovis pretty shit controller. Very good, this should be an easy match for us, of course. Now, against this team comp, usually what you want to do, fireman push onto the A site through A short. Let's see what our friend is gonna call. This is a very interesting way of recording the gameplay. I've never seen it before. Like, where, you know, there are black bars only on the right side and bottom. Theo. Okay, so we're going A. Now, hear me out. So, we are going onto the A site, and you see that you're mentally, I'm streaming on TikTok, so mental patient Cypher is pushing B short alone. So, you tell that guy, hey Cypher, I'm gonna offer you 3,000 V-Bucks, please. Can you push A site together with us in the first round? Please don't lurk through B window. There's really no reason to do that. Let's try to take A short like normal human beings. As a matter of fact, if you already want to play somewhere alone, why don't you push the showers on timing so that we are safe from this type of a flank and lurk? And you can maybe backstab the enemies in their anal cavity. Your Cypher says, thank you, man. I'm gonna accept your V-Bucks offer, and we do a normal fireman execute onto A site. So, your job in this first round is very simple. If you're going A, classic light shield, 2 smokes, 2 shrouded steps. As soon as the round starts, we are deploying the truck smoke like this, jump spotting in this angle for our teammates, deploying this smoke, traveling with our allies. You can go up here and do this, or you can do, you know, like our signature play, which is basically using a teleporter with a teleport, instantly dropping into the lamps, killing the guy from behind, and taking the lamps and frontside control. We're planting the spike, supporting our teammates from the lamps, and deciding what to do next. Just went from 164 rank rating to Ascendant 3. The fuck I do now? You grind back to 164 rank rating. We can only see map. Oh, my bad. Yeah, sorry. Like, so what I was doing, I mean, you can read it from the map, you know, like this smoke, like jump spot this angle, you know, and then teleport from this position or from this position on top of the truck, and then drop into the truck and clear the lamps and front side. It's not like I have not been teaching you this for the last 6 years, basically. Like, that's how much Valorant evolved. Like the same strategies that worked in 2020 work in 2026. Wow. Content in Valorant is just overwhelming. You just cannot keep up with the meta and changes, you know, like there's so many stuff added to the game. Like, for an example, hemorrhoid patch on the Haven window. This was pretty horrible. Like, listen. So, what was the mistake here? Before the round even started, in this preparation phase, you need to instantly place the smoke on top of the truck. Then, you're placing the smoke in the middle of the site. We were late a bit here. Like, it took you too much to smoke these two positions. You lost the gap between you and your most aggressive teammates, and now we need to catch them up. And here, like, when you heard this bomb flying on your face, like in 5 hours from now, so you should be running into the lamps. We need to go into the lamps, and we need to take the lamps control. Riparo in arrivo. What does that mean? Sending smoke? Okay. Now, one thing I would advise you in ranked solo queue, you know, like, you cannot really just, you cannot, like, always do this, but it is really good if you are not the spike planter. Because if you are planting the spike, you're pretty useless, and you're relying on your teammates to protect you. I would rather not rely on my random ranked solo queue gorillas to protect me while I'm planting the spike. And also, you're losing the valuable timing to maybe take more space, maybe punish the enemies more, maybe play with your most aggressive teammates, and the list just goes on and on and on. Very good that you reposition here. Usually this is not something that you were doing before. A bad position is always a bad position. A good position is always a good position. So if you die in a bad position, trying to force this type of a 50-50 fight, you are an imbecile. But if you die in the process of getting to a good position, that is better. Why? Because it's a good position, and you're trying to practice the good habits. Now here we really don't need to fight. I mean, like, we have two shrouded steps. We almost have a smoke as well. We have two teammates in short. You know, in this type of situation, like, you just want to keep the lamps control and be ready to fight on the contact of your teammates. So really, there's no reason for you to force any fights. Like, just here you can sit, relax, enjoy your time, and just, you know, keep the lamps control with the Tejo.
We don't pick up a smoke in 10 seconds.
What would be a good play here is doing a fake shrouded step, so that we force the enemies to think that we teleported into that corner right there. That would be a good play to keep your location a secret, and generally, in this type of post plans, you want to do that. Because anyways, like, here, you know, there's nowhere where we can actually use our shrouded steps efficiently, just to go back towards A short, but why would I do that? So, this teleport would keep your location a secret, allow you to fight with the Tejo, potentially surprise enemies here, and be able to refrig your teammates. This teleport towards that box, double box there. Okay. Ricarico. Okay, so solid round. Like, you know, this is why a 5-man push onto A set in the first round, molto bene. But you didn't really do what you should have done. You know, that's a bit of a problem. So what do we know from the first round? What type of info should we gather? In the first round, we know that enemy Sky played on the B side, so she's probably B-long player. We know that enemy Deadlock played on A. We know that enemy Vele played on A side as well. And we know that enemy Clove also played on A side. So Reina and Sky are the B players. With that intel, in the next round, where do we go? We go onto the B side. And anyways, one rule that you follow on Bind is whenever enemies on a defender side are eco, halved by bonus, they have low economy, we avoid all of this. You just don't need it. 5-man push through the B long. We smoke the window. Smoke the CT. Paranoid the elbow. And we fight for the side control, elbow control, and then later what we can do is a tour de force circle just to check the whole window and guard an area of the map. But usually you don't need to do that in an eco round, like anti-eco round. Yeah, you're gonna win it probably already with an initial push.
Guardian skin?
You never replenish the light shield that you saved from the first round. This is one very rare moments of time where you play with a light shield like in a second round. Since we have a sheriff, we can combine the sheriff with a stinger, and this round we play with a sheriff, stinger, light shield, utility, saving enormous amount of economy for the round numero 5. Oh.
7.
Someone go showers, I wanna...
Now, I have no idea what the hell is the plan in this round. This is probably one of the worst ways to play the second anti-eco round. Like, to be honest, Jet is B long, Cypher with a spike is, I don't know what he's doing, and 3 of us are pushing A short in an anti-eco round? Come on, bro. Come on, tell these guys. You pick up the spike, instantly start towards the B long. Hey guys, let's do a 5-man push B long. No, Reina, A short is not B long. This is B long. Please guys, come B long. I'm gonna offer you a free blow.
I'm gonna take TP on B long, I'm gonna fake.
It's close. On the right.
Okay, this was pretty scary. Ooh, you bought a judge with a sheriff. I mean, you can do that when you're playing a movement type of agents on bind on the attacker side. You can do it, but I don't know if I would risk you that much with Omen. You know, but it's not bad. It's not bad. We have a sheriff, we have judge. Why not? Don't do this play when enemies are eco halberd bonus, especially once you already made the numbers advantage. So these type of plays you really want to keep for the first round when you are in some kind of a disadvantage or when both you and the enemies are full buy. You don't want to show, like, one rule that you want to follow in ranked solo queue, you don't want to showcase your best plays, outplays to the enemies in these type of rounds. You know, you don't want to condition them to think that you like to do this type of a play, because these type of plays can only work like around 2 times in a match. You know, that depends how dumb are the enemies, of course. But if they are not subhumans, they should be able to, you know, react on this like easily later on. But, you know, in this round, the only thing you should have done here, after you kill the enemy Reina, is teleport into this cover, because we have a smoke for the site and smoke for the truck. From this position, clear with the sheriff these angles, and we can quite literally engage enemies face forward in the lamps, because we have a judge, and we can just easily mow them down and kill them. If you're afraid to go in, wait for your teammates, and then together with your teammates, let's jump onto them. Ooh, that was horrible, man. This is something you need to practice in a custom server. Whenever you TP in the truck, your drop into the lamps needs to look like this. So it's practically a bunny hop. We're not spending an inch of a second being exposed from the enemies that are at the backside. It needs to be fast. It needs to be smooth. Like you cannot give the enemies the time to kill you from behind. As I already mentioned, this play completely unnecessary in a second anti-eco round. Now, we just need to survive. Like, with 21 HP, like, your main priority right now, yes, it's winning the round, but also winning the round without dying. Yo, muzzle works too, man.
Manca un solo nemico. Push out flank.
We
Yeah,
have
flank.
trip. We have trip.
Okay, the round is pretty much over. Like, we're not losing this. Very nice, very good.
We'll
Okay.
rush in on A. Then we'll got pistols.
This idea to go A again is actually really good. Really good. Like, and anyways, like, when you're playing this third bonus round, you know, going A short is the most optimal shit that you can do, because it's very easy to close the gap with the enemies and use these close range weapons. And also, like, we push the A site 2 rounds in a row. In this third round, we can condition the enemies to think that, you know, we're just gonna be going A and abusing the A site as much as we can. And essentially, in the round number 4, we can do the A fake and go B. Also, if you win all 3 rounds in a row on the same bomb site, enemy Reyna is instantly gonna fuck the whole family line of Clove, Valley, and Deadlock, and we all know how the Frankfurt lobbies work.
Drone in missione.
Blocco visione.
In these eco rounds, like, usually, what you wanna do, I mean eco, but bonus rounds, when you have a close range weapon, usually you wanna scale up from the right side. It's just easier to take the cover, you know, like, behind the box, and then from this position to purely Joshi, don't. And then from this position to go for a teleport.
Visione bloccata.
Okay, we missed our teleport. Please, let's try not to do that next time. Golden rule in Valorant. Precision, more important than speed. Speed doesn't matter. If your play is not precise, if your shots are not precise, but you can be as fast as you want, you're gonna be dead. And that might cost you, you know, your life. So relax. Take your time.
Ricarico.
Speed comes with time.
One
Now listen, like, with the close range weapons, if you end up in this position, you need to make some kind of a secondary play. Like, if you already have the lamps and frontside control, we cannot wait for this smoke to disappear and then get butt fucked. Like, as soon as we teleported here, I mean, ended up in, unfortunately, in this position, like, you have, like, 2 options. Option number 1, jump spotting through the smoke, and then, based on that info, using paranoia and teleport to fuck up the enemies, using a fake shrouded step to reveal the enemies and see where they are, paranoid them and trying to run them down, or simply go back. Go into the lamps, and from the lamps, try to pick the fights together with your Reyna, with the sheriff, and just wait to see what's gonna happen.
TP, 1 TP.
Missili partiti.
1 HP close.
Glove dead, glove dead.
Okay. That went... That was interesting. That was an interesting play overall. Not bad. Not bad. I mean, like, not bad reaction to pull out the sheriff to get the kill. A bit slow there. And this teleport here, okay. You know, why not? Anyways, it's a bonus round. And teleporting on tower it's a good play to surprise the enemies and cut off the enemy rotation. But usually you don't want to do this play 20 seconds after you started hitting the A side, because I didn't have a single idea if an enemy is here. You have no idea if enemy was on tower. And this teleport, enemies can literally hear all the way into the CT right here. So, yeah, it was pretty risky, but okay.
What?
Okay, I have no idea right now. Why are you picking this fight with 28 health points? Like, what you should have done here is just keep your location a secret, stay on the tower, and wait to see how this is gonna pan out. Don't make a footstep. See if any other... There must be one more enemy going through CT. But there is no way that 3 enemies are pushing from behind. Wait a bit. Chill. You made a good play. We don't know if enemies heard you or not. That's a problem, but... You know, right now, we need to relax. You cannot be a playmaker.
Glove dead, glove dead.
What?
One flank.
Okay, we heard a footstep there, actually. Now, what do? We drop down, And we play with a judge, because you have a paranoia, judge and sheriff. Why the hell would I pick this fight with 28 HP when I can mow down the enemies with one bullet of a judge?
Ucciso la loro Sky.
Manca un solo nemico.
Short. I'm one.
Okay, I really hope we win this round. We have a smoke, we have a paranoia as well. Horcrux is slow as fuck, but precise. Exactly. I mean, Horcrux is not slow as fuck, like, Horcrux is okay, like, what the fuck. But he is precise.
Ultimo giocatore rimasto.
This paranoia. Top 10 most useless paranoias of 2026. And it's not even close. In this situation here, like, you should not have used your smoke, number one. Neither the paranoia as well. Like, in this situation, like, you need to decide on which win condition you want to play. Win condition number one, group up with the Tejo and be ready to swing together with him and with the paranoia from the lamps and get a kill on the Reyna. Pretty okay win condition, but the problem is, like, we are very low HP, both you and the Tejo. Win condition number two, hide behind the triple boxes and just waste the Reyna time. Reyna has no idea where are you. You can be lamps, you can be sight, you can be tower, you can be showers. This round is over. You drop a one-way smoke on top of the spike, drop a paranoia. That Reyna is donezo. Okay, that one-way is shit, like, do it like this. Now, when the Tejo met his maker, all you need to do right now is hide. Like, the best way to win this round is just don't even fight. Like, just go behind the triple boxes, you know, go behind the site, relax. This is a W for you.
Ultimo giocatore rimasto.
As long as you don't die.
Don't pick him.
Yeah, very good. I think she saw him because she jumped from the boxes. You can swing out here, to be honest. Like, I don't think she has the time to defuse. Yeah, this is GG. Okay, very nice.
We'll play it.
How do you get the VOD review? By watching Twitch streams, giveaways on Discord, and by buying it. Every week I make giveaways, so you can easily win it. Like, there's not that many people joining them.
Stanno perdendo colpi.
Okay,
We can.
what's the plan? I mean, listen. The best idea to do in this round, since enemies are once again Eco, Halba, and Bonus, is just a 5-man push through B long. Like, this is usually the best strategy that you can do on Bind. Like, your teammates in the B long cannot make that many mistakes that they can make in these other parts of the map against the Eco enemies. Like, in Window, it can be a shit show. In A short, it can also be a shit show. In showers, it can be a shit show, but when you do a 5-man push through B long, clearing gardening is like nothing burger. You know? You smoke window, smoke this, paranoid elbow, like all of the fights are very clean fights. And your team and you control what your teammates are doing at every single moment of time.
Fake B.
Okay.
But we can fake it. No. Faking A works so well, so. Flash for short and then take TP. I'm gonna clear B.
I genuinely don't know, like, why in anti-eco rounds we play some kind of a default and slow. What color are your undies? White always, man. Oh.
Sky will come.
Ho la spike.
Hello, Mr. Reyna. Oh, one thing I didn't talk about. So, whenever you see an instant smoke from the enemy team somewhere, like, enemies deploy the smoke on the first contact, on the first footstep that you make, you always expect at least one enemy to play inside or around that smoke with the shotguns or they prepare that smoke for some kind of a strategy. So you need to tell your teammates and give them a ghost comm. Hey guys, one enemy is in the smoke with a shotgun. It doesn't matter if an enemy is actually there, but it's pretty stupid to gamble that he is not.
Sky will come.
And to let your teammates just push that smoke with a knife out and die like a potatoes.
Ho la spike.
And in ranked today, maybe. Deadlock ranked? How important is the coach as someone external giving his point of view? All I'm gonna say is that if I had a coach in Counter-Strike, I would be a tier 1 player. In League of Legends as well. 100%. Rather, I was dumb as fuck, like I was young, literally. I didn't understand how things actually work in real world. Like, I got Challenger 6 times, I was like top 20 player in EU West. But I was just dumb. And when it comes to the teams, like, obviously, you know, a player is not gonna spend his valuable time to research the other team, to anti-strat and do the other, you know, all of that stuff. Camera, let's chill.
Lamp.
Go TP, go TP, go TP.
We're back. So, TLDR of this round, unnecessary overcomplication. Really, no reason to play around like this.
Could be elbow.
Blocco visione. Ricarico.
Okay, so, when you take the B-side control, next step is to take the elbow. But if you already have two teammates taking elbow, maybe a bit better idea is for you to stay B-long.
One TP.
Manca un solo nemico.
Okay,
Blocco visione.
it's not TP. Maybe.
Huh?
Don't peek, don't peek, don't peek, don't peek. Play elbow. Or long.
I can one way the spike in 10 seconds.
Very good plant position. Amazing.
And I have blind.
Very good, very good, very good. We don't need to peek, we don't need to peek!
Stepped, I think.
Ultimo giocatore
Okay.
rimasto.
Riparo in arrivo.
Okay. Pretty good closure of the round. Like, I just don't know, like, why Jet is dumb, but it's a platinum Jet, you know, like, as per usual. You play this well. Really, closure of the round. Molto bene.
Nice, we'll play it.
Okay, so Deadlock now has the ultimate. And we really don't want to go A. Because she's quite literally playing A set every round. So, once again, some kind of a B split, or the B push, would be a far better idea. On top of that, you also have your ultimate. So what we can do instantly with the Omen ultimate, hey guys, let's push the B side. You start the round at the barrier here. As soon as the round starts, you're deploying your smokes. You're doing this, and from this position, we're teleporting behind the enemies instead of this corner. You know, the strategy we talked about it multiple times, and what you should do during this strat. Okay, this is not gonna end up well. Jet watches too much worthy TV content. I don't know what is that supposed to mean. If I become a member of your YouTube channel, will I get... Yeah, you will. Smoke truck in heaven, but leave a gap to then peek out. Brother, like, I would never smoke heaven in my life. Like, whoever smokes heaven on bind needs to be mentally checked. When you're playing Omen as a solo controller, of course. Drone abbattuto. Okay, when your teammate is AFK, it's definitely the time to slow down a bit. And let's, now we need to default and wait to see if this Reyna is gonna come back. Ever.
Ricarico.
I'm gonna push.
Il mio territorio, le mie regole!
Nice dodge, man. My guy is living in a... You know? Now. Give this spike to Tejo. And tell Tejo to plant the spike. You planting the spike here. A bit of a suicide mission. We don't want to do that. Anyways, here, ending up on the A side would be a bad idea. Like, on bind. Whenever your execute takes ages. Even if you get a kill. And you notice from the previous rounds that enemies are rotating super fast. TP out, go B. Right now on the B side there's like maximum 1 player. And that's like stretching it out. You know? So here like ending up on A is just impossible at this point. Listen, you're playing Omen. If the deadlock catches you with a grab net, please just teleport away and then remove the pin if you're in the middle of open. You have far higher chance of surviving.
We can teleport.
Yeah, take to me, take to me.
Brother, this game is a cinema, bro. Cinematography, like what am I watching, man? Like, like every play is tight as fuck, man. Like chances of him dying, insanity, man. Why didn't you tell him to fake A while dropping the spike out of main and then go B with Omen ult? I mean, like, you know, that type of a strat I would usually keep when I'm in some kind of a disadvantage. That's, you know, that strategy is really like stretching it out quite a lot. You know, you don't really know like how enemies are gonna rotate. Are they gonna come around the spike? So usually, like if you're playing in an eco round, you can try it. Why not?
I got a nice lurk, bro.
I don't know what you know. Why did you go into the site with your feet, brother? You're playing Omen. You know when you're playing. So here, listen. So your team has stopped right now. We are not going in. Your Jet is still stuck inside of the lamps, and she's trying to do some kind of a play. Who is forcing you right now to do anything? We have 50 seconds to finish this round. Relax. You don't need to go in alone. We don't know if all of the enemies rotated and what's actually happening on the map. Let's wait 5 seconds for the smoke. Let's wait to see what our Jet is gonna do, and if she can maybe find some picks. Let's wait for the Cypher and Tejo to be ready to go out, and let's then go out. We don't need to force this type of rounds at all. It's 4 versus 4. Enemies are dog shit. We're easily finishing and closing out the rounds. This type of plays will cost you a lot. Never tunnel vision yourself onto planting the spike. Like planting the spike is like your last priority in Valorant. In 90% of rounds on attacker's side. Santi conceptivo. Yeah. You will. You will get it.
I got a nice lurk, bro. Can you bait?
Okay, this one could have been a lot cleaner. You know, like, just keep in mind that you should never really be pressured to go out through the choke point or to make some kind of a play. If your teammates are already the playmakers, they're already doing something valuable for you, such as this Jet, you know, going behind the enemies. And you don't need to make the plays if your teammates are not ready to follow you up and to go with you. Or if you don't have the necessary utility to scale out. But of course, like if you're pressured by time and you know you need to go out, then you need to go out. Okay, listen. So you want to teleport on the bench, on the B long. Very good play. You should be doing it like 20, not 24/7, but from time to time. You aim instead of this crack right here. You start on the left side, aim here, bam, instantly pre-aim this position, swing out, and be ready for this fight.
Cypher, wait a few seconds. Guy's gonna flash out.
Don't walk. Swing out immediately. Like when you teleport on the bench, if you walk, enemies have the advantage. You're peeking really slow and they can instantly flick up and kill you. Swing out. There's not a single person in Valorant that has a crosshair placement ready for this. Who the fuck is gonna pre-aim this position? This is pretty dangerous what you did here. You know, like when you saw that flash going into your face, just drop down and run with the knife towards the cover. But what do you think about Opium Omen? Entertaining? Dumb? Interesting content for kids.
Cypher, can you push with me, please?
Sky's elbow.
I'm joking, of course. Relax.
Bloccata.
Starting drama in Valorant. Aman, you need to relax, bro.
Sulle vostre tracce.
I absolutely appreciate the strategy you wanted to do here, but when you're placing this mid-air smoke, you need to place it. The height of the placement depends on where are you at that moment of time when you're dropping the smoke. I mean, if you're dropping the smoke from here, that smoke really needs to be high, really fucking high, like basically all the way like this. And on the minimap, you can see how good is the smoke. And then I drop it there, and then I actually have the time to clear these angles, teleport up here, use the smoke as a cover, and then fight the enemies.
Sulle vostre tracce. Spike a terra in.
Okay, another tip. As soon as you teleport on this position, and we don't have the sight control, you instantly want to make a step back, all the way here. So the enemies from the elbow don't see anything. They cannot spam you, they cannot kill you, they cannot see you. And you mainly focus on killing the enemies at the backside, there, and here. Like enemies in front of your screen. Once you do that, then maybe you can jiggle pick the elbow, drop down, clear the sight together with your teammates, and then decide what to do next. Usually what you want to do next is take the elbow with one of your teammates.
Ricarico.
I don't know what you're doing right now. You don't need to fight those guys in the window. Like, what we should be doing right now is following up this Tejo into the elbow, taking the elbow control, taking the CT control, and who cares about the enemies that teleported, that are in the window? If you kill the enemies in the CT and elbow, the round is over. You're focusing on the wrong priorities.
Ricarico.
Is that not...
We won this round as well, what the fuck? Hello, Mr. Skin.
You're welcome.
Swing out. You cannot walk out. Swing out, pre-aim this position, and just get this guy out of the server. Very lucky that you stayed alive here. But, you know, as I already mentioned, really good play, really good strategy, like the best way to clear and pick the B long. Molto bene. It's like I coached this guy already.
Drone in missione. Le ombre vagano. Riparo in arrivo.
Blocco la visione.
Okay, whenever you're playing Omen... Do you read this Zoomer chat? Yeah, I read every chat, like YouTube, TikTok, Twitch. I just respond whenever there's some question, like, or something, like... Now, you're playing Omen, a movement agent, with a teleport. You should never be scaling out through the choke points by your feet. scale up together with your most aggressive teammates. Catch up with them with a teleport. Especially when we don't have the side control and we have no idea where are the rest of the enemies. Jet dash is in here. The default TP that you should use like 90% of time is teleporting deep inside of this corner here. Then from this position, you're scaling out together with your teammates, and that's it. If you did that, you would have been ready for a fight with your Jet, and Jet would not have died. Jet didn't die anyways, but, you know, in a lot of games, the Jet is gonna die. I'm gold 3, but I can never get out of gold. Any tips? Listen, like, the best tip I can give you right now. Get me out. How much this game finished? I don't know. The game is like 46 minutes. They're winning 6-0. How many rounds we lost on a defender's side is criminal. So the best advice I can give you is the following. You go onto my Discord server. You watch all of these videos and apply every single training and tip from these videos. You're minimum ascendant. Maybe. Depends, you know, how much you play Valorant and what's, you know, if like, how much you're actually going to apply all of these tips, but most of the players should be able to improve all the way to Ascendant just with that content. It's too easy to get to Immortal. Brother, reaching Immortal in Valorant is like, you know, joke still.
Ricarico.
Plant too long.
Okay, you planted the spike. Your teammates left you alone on the site. They're playing the passive post plant. What do? In a 5v3. You go garden and play with your teammates, right? We have a paranoia. We have a smoke in 15 seconds, a one-way smoke. Is the tips work for solo player? I only coach solo players, so everything is solo. The problem was Radiant, but now no more. My brother, I don't know. Like, basically, Valorant truly became one of the easiest games to reach the highest rank. Previously, yes, like, Radiant was really a problem. A huge problem. But now, like, that Radiant is like 300 rank rating. And, you know, in the first three weeks of an act. Literally whatever. You're doing something that no one is asking you to do. Why are you fighting enemies alone? Leave the site. Does aim matter more than utility? Strategy is good decisions. Up to Immortal. Up to Immortal, your aim should only carry 20% of your matches. After Immortal, it becomes far more important.
One tip.
One elbow, one elbow.
I don't know why are you even like doing all of this stuff at this point. Like we had a really good passive post plant like with our teammates in window and long, and I don't know what both you and Reyna are doing. You know what can enemies do to kill you? They have nothing, literally. Unreal Fortnite harder. I don't know. I never play Fortnite. I mean, never grinded Fortnite. One problem that you have during the post plants that we could have noticed during these 7 rounds is you really need to pay more attention on the minimap, and you need to ask yourself like from which directions enemies can actually kill you. Like that's what you kind of struggle with the most during the post plants at this moment of time. Like here, like how can you position in the middle of the site when elbow is fully open, enemies are coming through window, and enemies can also be CT? You can't. Now that you got stuck on the site, we need to play on the bomb site together with Reyna. Our teammates are protecting us from elbow, but from the garden. We cannot focus on window because there's no reason to. We just focus playing with Reyna and swinging on the Reyna's contact, and that's it. Like, so the absolute best position that you could have played right now is here. Reyna takes a fight, bam, that guy is dead. Enemies drop down, bam, that guy is dead. Your teammates fight the guy in the elbow, that guy is dead. You're consistently overexposed during these post plants. Find some cover. You cannot be exposed from like 3 different angles, and your teammates are not covering any of these angles properly.
One elbow, one elbow.
I got him. I'm holding with top.
Ooh, yeah, that was close.
Showers and clay. Cypher, can you go showers, please? Cypher?
Is this a fake B? Go A? Okay.
The wall.
Charlatan deadlock wall, man.
Ricarico.
Two backside. Two.
It, like, I can still feel in your gameplay on the attacker side that you're not really focusing on all of the possibilities and actually being more present in the game. Like, for example, here, our push through the B long takes us too much time. There's no one in B short.
Ricarico.
Like, right now, while your teammates are scaling forward, you need to be covering the B short push. So basically, while your teammates were going here, you needed to be in this position, covering this angle. Then enemies have a Sky that played a lot of rounds on B. We need to be ready for that pop flash. It doesn't matter if she's playing or not playing this position right now. She is conditioning us to play the anti-flash. We need to stay here until our teammates reach the top of this choke point, and then we can scale out with them and get ready for an execute.
Two backside. Two.
Ricarico.
This is, kids, why you never do these type of stupid spam battles. So, the absolute worst thing you can do in Valorant is engage in the spam battles in which you don't have an advantage. Like, if the wall or the smoke is closer to you compared to the enemies, it is far easier for the enemies to find your head and to kill you than for you to find the enemy's head and to kill them. Also, the only time you should be spamming through the smokes, like if you're absolutely safe doing that, and if you know exactly where are the enemies at that moment of time. But you know, doing this, well, not to mention like you're relying on a lot of luck.
Ricarico.
TB.
Wasn't the strategy actually for Cypher to lurk A and we just teleport A? Why do we use a fake teleport? Cypher is quite literally going out of A short. Jet is running into God knows what. I don't know if she's even gonna consider that someone might be hiding in the showers. Why didn't you go? What are we waiting for here? For Cypher and Jet to die? What's happening in this round, man?
Reyna low. Tower.
Donald Trump gameplay. If you don't know what you are doing, how can the enemy know your next move? Literally, bro. Literally.
Missione partiti.
Deadlock backside, Sky Heaven.
I don't know, like a huge problem in this round was your like not actually using the TP. I mean, the whole point of this round was like to fake B and go A. Why did you waste your time in B long? Your team, your Cypher was really close to the choke point. He was practically going out A. Jet was also there. And also, we could have easily pre-assumed that enemies did rotate. You know, like what we noticed in the previous rounds is that enemies are rotating super fast. Like, as soon as you make a contact with the enemies, like, they leave one guy on the site, and there's like 4 enemies on the opposite side. It was a perfect time to fake, and a perfect time to do this. It was a bit unlucky that we lost, you know, one teammate doing some stupid spam battle, but we could have still, you know, ended up on the A side with a Cypher alive, stop the enemies in the choke points, like with the smokes, and then plant the spike. Right now, we see 3 enemies on the minimap. We need to dip our Tejo, say Tejo Sayonara, and we need to teleport on B. And you're probably gonna play a 1v3. Unfortunately, like, that's the best thing we can do right now to potentially win this round. Maybe we can try getting 1 kill with the Tejo before we TP out. That paranoia was mega wasted. Like, literally, top 10 wasted paranoia ever. Brother, if your paranoia is not gonna allow you to engage the enemies in a favorable fight, or to get a free pick, don't use it. It's just useless. It's waste. Ariel, we'll see, man. Okay, we're just thinking a bit slow. You know, like basically you're processing information a bit slower, but you have the right place in mind, usually. Just use the lineup that I showed, you know, showcased earlier. It's just easier and more consistent.
Localizzo I bersagli.
Riparo in arrivo. Le ombre vagano.
Facciamola finita.
La caccia inizia.
I'm kind of speechless when it comes to this round. Like, first of all, you need to scale up with your most aggressive teammates a bit faster. You know? We just need to do that. Second of all, okay, the smokes were fine, okay. Not bad. Then, this paranoia here, it's okay. You know, depends what you actually wanted to do before the Tejo used the ultimate. This spam that you did here is mega dangerous. You just never want to do this unless you know exactly where is the enemy in that corner. Like, you can easily, I mean, it's far easier for, you know, like, let's say this enemy is like in this position and he sees you shooting here. You're just dead. Then, while the Tejo ultimate was bombing the site, you should have teleported on top of the pillar in order to see the backside and to potentially surprise the enemies and engage them from a different elevation. Like, you always use this pillar when you cannot immediately scale into the site and TP into the bomb site. And as your teammates are already pressuring the enemies that are at the backside. And I don't know how Clove is in the window, like, what the fuck happened there?
Rena one is...
Inside or
Lucky with a region shield, what? Listen, instead of buying this region shield, a much better investment would have been to get a Bucky, light shield, and a bandit. You have a bandit for medium range, long range fights. You have a Bucky for close range fights. You know, but also another problem in this round is we're playing a full buy. Like, whenever 2 or more of your teammates are forcing and buying, it's a full buy round. Buy what you can get. So in this round we can get a heavy shield, judge, utility, and a bandit. Your teammates can drop you the bandit. And that's a pretty much a full buy round for dive, agents, and bind. If you're playing Omen, Vele, Jet, Neon, like, what else do you need? On both attack and defense.
Reyna, can you side for half-life?
I can buy next round.
Please don't hold your smoke from A short being exposed from this peak. when you're playing alone there. Take a cover, you know, jiggle peek this angle, get ready for a fight, and then when your teammates are ready to go out, use the smokes. But always remember, when you're playing Omen on bind, and you have 2 or more teammates going through the bathroom, go from the right side. Go from this position, take this angle, see if any enemy is gonna try to walk there. And be ready to use paranoia for your teammates if they get in some kind of a hairy situation.
Localizza i bersagli.
One
That's one situation.
5 HP Sky, bro. What the fuck?
TP out! TP out! Brother, you know that both enemies are on the right side. You had a perfect moment of time to TP towards the lamps. You have the info, 1 guy is in the showers, 2 guys on the right side. Let's go.
Sky, bro. What the fuck?
You also paranoid this guy. Listen, when you're playing these eco rounds, half by rounds, you have shit weapons. Play as a kamikaze. Try to risk it a bit more, it's fine. Go for some outplays, go for some plays, do anything. Try your best to close the gap with the enemies and experiment a bit more. Try this thing, this TP, that TP. You have nothing to lose anyways. You have a Bucky in this round. But it should be a full buy round. Not weak. You go to my Discord server and... you have this channel called Important Guides. And these are all of the most important guides that I've made in the last 6 years for the player's solo improvement. Like just with these videos and with the free coaching videos on my second YouTube channel, like anyone can get Ascendant. Literally anyone. Like there's so much free content. So much. Like I have 191 today free VOD reviews. Every VOD review is like 3 hours, 4 hours. Free shit. You missed an opportunity there to actually take space, potentially get a free pick, and surprise the enemies. Squidle, what's women? Una per uno. Hello, hello, I'm an iron player and I hope the things you say may help me climb. I'm 100% confident. 100% confident.
This guy's 5 HP, bro.
Okay, so what was the problem? The main problem with this round is like you kind of pussied out in this smoke. In these eco rounds, Halbert, you know, when you have shotguns, let it flow. You know, if you die, it doesn't matter. If you live, it doesn't matter. Like, just the first opportunity you see to close the gap with the enemies and make a numbers advantage or trade yourself for a few kills, take it. Maybe that opportunity is not going to present again later during the round. This TP was good, but the main problem here is like you jumped out of this smoke with a knife out instead of a Bucky. And, you know, it took you a lot of time here to reload this bullet into the chamber. And of course, like, the rule number 1 with the shotguns. Speed really doesn't matter. Like, when it comes to speed, of course, like, the faster you shoot, better. But what's worse than dying because you're slow is dying because this first shot didn't kill this guy. And now you're staring death in your face while you're reloading this one bullet. If you're already this close to an enemy, take your time, make sure that this crosshair is exactly on his body, and then take a shot. And the lower you go in the ranks, the more time you have to actually be precise. You know, in Platinum, you're not gonna die because it took like 0.5 seconds more just to center this crosshair onto his body. In Radiant, you're probably gonna die.
Drone in missione.
Rena low.
Uno soppresso. Missili partiti.
I don't know, like, you know, if you're already playing Omen, you use your shrouded steps. Go into the site with a TP, so you can scale up with Jet, support the Jet, instantly unlock these additional angles for your teammates. You know, like, why are you going through the choke points by your feet. And risking dying from some, you know, stupid random spam or bullshit like that. You know, some bomb, molotovs, I don't know, anything. Here, brother, you know, like, you teleport in, you teleport towards your jet. Aha, Sky is on the right side. Bam, that Sky is dead. My teammates are safe and alive. Now we are 5v3. We take the lamps together with the jet. We can also maybe use a paranoia or shorty to clear this initial angle. Jumps with the backside. Plant the spike, get ready for the post plant. Maybe we can TP up here like later to get this position. That's it. I don't know, why are you running through the patrol points? Not weak, no problem, man. If I main raise, if my main is raise, can alert jet as our alternative raise is not absolutely. You know, jet and raise share quite similar, you know, positioning, pathing, executes, spots where you want to end up. They require quite similar mechanics. Of course, like raise has double satchels, you know, like, and you need to learn how to double satchel, but yeah. A short story I want to share with you. Let's see the story, guys. You ready for the story? In a long distant land, there was a samurai. So I reinstalled Valorant after a 2-year stop. Diamond Elo. 1 week of unrated just to warm up. Queue up for placement. In 5 matches. In 4. Out of 5 4 out of 5 matches. I had AFK. And in 1, 2 screaming childs. Did you help them? Are they being molested? Like, what's going on? I uninstalled again. Okay. Great. Play Deadlock, man. Deadlock is a better game anyways. Oh, chat, I didn't update you. I forgot about this completely. Let me show you. Let me show you. Do you remember? So basically, I started streaming again. I came back from my long vacation. Like 7 days ago. 10 days ago. It says 10 days ago. And we did you know, since then we did like only 4 streams because I'm still doing, I have some things to sort out. And in that time, I played 6 games of Valorant. 6 matches only. In those 6 matches, ladies and gents, we had 2 cheaters. 2 cheaters in 6 games. That must be a record. Like, that must be a record, bro. Look at this. A record breaking. I got another refund. I just deleted a picture, like, this was for Twitter.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Neil on PC, thank you for 31 summon and welcome back. We'll be streaming all day from now on, and is your new site online? New website for coaching and everything is gonna come online at the start of May. At the start of May, I'm gonna finish it. During the April, I'm gonna try to stream as much as I can, mainly focusing on coaching and getting to 200, 300 rank rating on this account. And next act, we're gonna do the A to Z challenge again. So next act, I'm gonna be playing like 5 matches per day. Also, in April, I really want to take time to get Eternus in Deadlock and start with the Deadlock content as well on a second YouTube channel. No reason for you to die like this. What's worse, going against a cheater or getting in a lobby full of angry Turkish? Equal. It doesn't have to be Turkish, like it's the whole European, Europe, mentally dented. This is why you usually want to start from the right side if your teammates are starting from the right. But since you have a judge, like, who am I to judge you?
It's OP, it's OP, it's OP.
You can clap later.
Go back, go back, go back.
Ricarico.
Okay, so you jump spotted the smoke, but you're not gonna jump spot. When the smoke expires against the op.
They are two.
Also, listen, like, you need to chill a bit with the smoke usage. You know, like, that's something you really need to focus on to do a bit better. Like, you really want to use your smokes based on whether or not, like, how fast you think your teammates are going to be taking the space. Like, just in the first round, when you do that play, you always do it as fast as possible, obviously. But in other rounds, you really need to pay attention to the minimap, what's going on, you know, try to jump spot this angle first. Like, my number one priority in ranked solo queue would always be jump spotting these main areas of the maps for my teammates. So I'm getting the info, baiting the enemy shot, potentially baiting the op shot as well, and then, based on that info and how these fights go, I'm gonna start using my utility and scaling up together with my teammates.
OP, it's OP, it's OP. Go back, go back, go back.
Ricarico.
Bro, add map specifically raise guys in the playbook. Actually, it's a really good thing that I didn't do a Yoru playbook. If I did a Yoru playbook, that would be a waste of time. Literally. Because they changed him so much. Like, right now he's just pretty underwhelming. I think I'm not even gonna do a Yoru playbook until they buff him a bit back. Raise as well, because of the nerf of the satchel's distance. Is this a crosshair placement for Yao Ming? Wyoming. Wyoming, bro. Okay, now it's good. And now it's bad again. Too high. Okay. I mean, it's okay that you slow down here. I don't know what to say. I mean, we can let our cipher work and see if any enemies are gonna peek. Anyways, like, what's one of the worst mistakes players make in ranked solo queue? Like, what's the number one thing you can abuse against the enemies? Beside the fact that most Valorant players are stupid. A lot of the players are undisciplined. Like, literally, players in Valorant lack discipline so much. Man, no, nobody gives a fuck about numbers advantage, about power plays, win conditions, brother. You holding this angle, totally fine. Personally, I would not hold it this wide, and definitely not closer to the wall. I would just be, you know, I would hold it like this. But whatever, you know, like it's fine. So it's okay what you did here, because there is a chance that, you know, this Reyna or someone is gonna peek you. Maybe you can delete that guy, make a 4v4, and then we decide what to do next. Can reach high rank with 60 ping. It is possible, but it's like you're playing some kind of a challenge. What rank is this? Platinum. Mirror aim. You can ask me. Sure, like, no. Send me a Discord message, or write it now. I'll see how long it is. You know. Since Reyna decided to just go into the site with a spike, you know, in this situation you don't really have that many options. There is still Vele with the op on the site, so I really hope we're gonna teleport towards the Reyna. Oof, Jesus Christ, man! Like, LHM, brother, you were so like in this match, you should have died 4 times, 4 additional times. Like, what the fuck are these timings?
One is backside.
But once again, why are you picking this fight? God knows how many enemies are on the A right now. They can peek you from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different angles, and plus the lamps. Go in, take the lamps, be ready to fight on all of these angles, together with the Reyna as well. You don't see the showers. You don't want to be overexposed so much. Unless you're tens, then you can just, you know, pop, yeah. Ten stuff.
Behind 3 point.
And also what's super criminal is like, Arena is planting the spike alone on the A site in a 2v4. But what's also criminal is you're not taking the lamps, at least for the Reyna, or just playing with her. This is still winnable, but you need to pull this round out of your anal cavity quite a lot. Like, the best play you can make in this round is search for 1 kill. But actually, you can search for 1 kill, TPB, take the spike with the teleport, play 1v3. You can run towards the B long, take the orb, TP for the spike, and that's it. But the best play here would be to try to kill this deadlock, teleport, go onto the B site, and pick up the spike with a TP, and prepare for a 1v3.
Cover me, man!
Reina.
Can you guys stop baiting each other, please?
Okay. Okay. Very good start to the half, but yeah, the end was interesting. Generally speaking, on the attacker side, like, one of the main things you struggle with is the overexposure. Like, you're always trying to pick some fights in positions where enemies can kill you from a lot of different directions. Number 2, you need to pay a bit more attention when you should be using your utility, and to scale up a bit faster with your most aggressive teammates. Number 3, during the post plans, like, you need to pay more attention to the minimap. Like, you literally don't observe it at all. Like, you plan the spike, the first thing that you look at is the minimap, just to see what's happening, for which area of the map you should be fighting next, and what your teammates, like, the main thing is like, what are your teammates doing, so you can adapt. Play a bit more aggressively. Try to TP in, especially with the shotguns and close range weapons. Go for some plays. It's okay. Learn, adapt, overcome. And when you have an option to not go through the choke point with your feet, TP somewhere. Like, there's a lot of safe positions where you can teleport, especially on a map such as Bind. And especially if your jet is already in and taking the space. A second. Pilot microphone, what? Aha. Mid to high Immortal 1 player. I got to Immortal relatively fast, but that was playing with my friend who is definitely better than me. I wouldn't say to the point of boosting, but I have always been a 0.8, 0.9 KD player. They have since stopped playing, and I'm solo queue only. Since then, I actually hit a new peak. Now I'm winning. Okay, but my stats have stayed terrible. How do I improve individually? I really have no idea. Like, without a VOD review, like, I'm just a wizard here. Like, my most generic advice I can give you is try to go through these. The first thing I would try to do is try to apply as many of these tips as possible, these tips and rules, within your gameplay. Try to find the role, the agents that suit you the best. Try to look into your strengths and weaknesses as a player. But without a tracker review, VOD review, I really, you know, the problem is, like, I can give you some generic advice, but I don't know if that is actually gonna work for you. Vibrim is the most played in Bind on pro plays, because he's more valuable than Omen in professional play. Far more valuable. But in ranked solo queue, like, Omen is like 10 times better. Would you agree that stats don't matter? Stats don't matter if you're winning. You know, only then. But if you're losing, they matter a lot. But generally speaking, like, you know, there is a good stat, there is a bad stat, there is an optimal stat. And you really want to strive to be optimal type of player. Like, what's also kind of not fucked up, but just, you know, what's also important to understand is that you don't need to be good at everything. You know? Like, you can also be good at, like, 60%, super good at 60% of stuff, and still lack at 40% of stuff and keep ranking up. But, like, you know, consistently looking at the KD, ADR, headshot percentage, all of that stuff is mega unhealthy, obviously. You should be doing that when trying to improve, obviously. You know, trying to find your problems and weaknesses. But as long as you're winning the most important rounds, closing out the most important rounds, getting the most important kills, you're doing your part. And you'll be ranking up. Like, no one is asking you to kill 5 enemies every single round. What rank is this? Platinum 3. Dedu. You just need to be a tier 2 sub on Discord. Isn't Omen like a third duelist in this kind of a match? Yes. Actually, in this kind of a match, Omen is a second duelist. He needs to be following Jett. Like, one of the best combos you can play in ranked solo queue is Omen and Jett. Because Omen can follow up every single Jett execute. Every single Jett play. When is your website going to launch? May. So what you're going to have on website is coaching, free coaching, giveaways, clipping. I'm going to explain what is that. Maybe some merch, but I'm not gonna... I don't know, like, that's... I'm just gonna make that for the people that wanna support me, and that's it. Like, literally, I'm gonna make something that I'm gonna wear. Like, I'm mainly making that for myself, you know, so I can wear something on my streams instead of this homeless shirt for the last 5 years. You know. Defender side. Same story as on attack. So, bind, slow rotation map. What does that mean? From the round number 5, you rotate based on... You always rotate based on some kind of an info. You cannot be doing blind rotations. In the first 4 rounds, you should make some kind of a move on the first contact between your team and the enemy team. Period. On every single map in Valorant. Default site, B site. Secondary priority, A site. First round, you always play on B, defending the window. Second round, you always play on B, unless in the first round, enemies want to go B, you completely obliterate them. Then in a second round, you play on the A side. Playing passively, not an option. Number 1 mistake on bind. We consistently need to have the info. Are the enemies here, 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 or here? So your starting positions can never be some bullshit like this, or bullshit like this, for an example. Bare minimum, jump spot the enemies, you know? Do this, if you don't have an idea what else to do. Bare minimum, hold some kind of a tight angle, get early information. So that you can give me the info on the opposite part of the map, whether or not I should rotate, and what the hell should I do. And also we want to bait out as much utility as possible from the enemies in these choke points, before they actually reach the choke points towards the site and go for an execute. Especially when enemies have a Bailey, Deadlock, and Sky and Reyna. You know, we want to bait out 1, 2, 3 flashes, Gravnet, Sky Dog especially, maybe saturate ability from the Waylay before they go for an execute. So in the first round with Omen, story is very simple. You always play shorty strategy in the window. You drop a shorty here, you get a classic pistol, you have 2 options. Classic light shield, 1 TP, classic 2 smokes, paranoia, and 1 teleport. You bait the enemies with a classic pistol and get an initial contact here, destroy any recon ability that is going through here with a classic, baba boop, drop the smoke, take a shorty, fuck up the enemies, then decide what to do next. You can reset yourself, go towards the site. You can, with a paranoia, try to maybe re-aggress the enemies if you think you have some insane timing to do that. But usually if you get a kill, like, you should just back off and you made a numbers advantage, your job is done. And from the site, you can easily fuck up the enemies with the paranoia and just obliterate them. If enemies are going A, take the classic pistol, fast rotation through the spawn, smoke A short, smoke showers, and that's it. Like, just play retake. While defending B-site in the first round, B-site is still in 2026 the hardest bomb site to be retaked out of any site on any map in ranked solo queue, especially in the first round. I have 1.2 KD and play well on duelist, but I still lose a lot. I feel like it's because I don't have control over info gathering and map control. What should I do? When you have a high KD, like, but you're still losing a lot, you're just not getting the kills that you should be getting. Or you're fighting more than you should. You know? Like, high KD doesn't really mean that you have an impact in the matches. Actual impact. Like, are you actually responsible for closing out the rounds, getting the last kill? Are you playing a good trading game with your teammates? Are you doing the necessary job, like, you know, making an advantage than playing on the win conditions? Like, the whole point when you're playing a game of Valorant is to win a round in the most painless way possible. Like, nobody's paying you to do this shit. Like, Valorant is a babysitting game of numbers where you need to counter the enemies and babysit 4 teammates 24/7. It's too much of a job, and you're not getting paid for. So, doing the bare necessary minimum is usually better than, you know, trying to contribute into every kill and trying to kill 5 enemies every single round. Also, what's a huge problem, as already mentioned, is like players are very undisciplined. You know, you get 1-2 kills, the round is over. At that point on, like, you don't focus on enemies anymore. You focus on what your teammates are doing. I remember last act I was so focused on stats I was scared to do a bad game and ruin my track. It literally doesn't matter. Like, there were acts where I got Radiant with
Surprise, motherfucker.
120 ADR. Yo, heavy on. We'll see, man. I'm back. Brother, I never saw you. Did you change your name? How I don't remember your name? You're 15 months here. I remember, like, you know, Nilo on PC here is for a long time, like Dronezi, Nomad, Voidy. Yo, Legend Incarnate, what else, man? Shikes. I don't remember you, bro. Like, what the hell? Welcome, I guess. What's good, man? We're back. You know, this week just coaching, and from Friday actually I'm gonna start like grinding again. We need to go back. By the way, if you wanna play Ace in the first round, once again just play classic shorty strategy, especially when you're playing against the Waylay. Let's be honest, the easiest way to kill the Waylay is with the shorty. When Waylay is executing A set, what is she gonna do? Boop, boop. And you do poop poop. Waylay is gonna do poop poop. And you do. So, drop a shorty here. Bait the enemies with a classic from the short. Try to maybe go for one headshot, you know, like play safe angles. Jiggle pick the enemies. Destroy the enemy's recon utility. Waylay is doing poop poop. Now you continue fighting. Why would you play top of the truck in the first round? Like, whenever you're positioning on this spot and you want to hide behind this wall, you look down, go all the way to the bottom of this white line, and that's a perfect lineup. Now you're fully hidden, and you wait to surprise enemies on timing and fuck them up. Where are you from? I'm from Kazakhstan. Soon we're all gonna be from the wastelands. Oh, by the way, like, the reason why I didn't stream in the last 2 days, beside all of the other stuff, like, I was catching up on every series, you know, like, I watched The Invincible. I didn't watch the first 5 episodes, really. It's 5 episodes now, like, on Wednesday it's 6. And I watched Fallout Season 2.
Bit. Skype.
I think the stats give you ideas where to work on, if not work. Yeah, like, as already mentioned. Like, the only reason you should look at the stats is just to see what you should work on, but, you know, it's really hard for an average player to have a good understanding what he should work on based on the stats. That is a video that I never made, and I need to make it, at least for the players that I coach. Like, how to combine the stats on the tracker to approximately tell what the player should work on.
On A, on B.
Go in your arena.
If you played in a window, you would get one free pick. Your Reyna would not be dead. Reyna could have safely teleported. We would have fucked up the enemies on the B short, and that's it. Now, but Charlatan, I have 3 players playing on the B side. Who the fuck cares? In the first 4 rounds, you don't give a shit what your teammates tell you to do. In the first 4 rounds, you always position based on the map that you're playing, based on the statistics, based on the economy, and based on all of the basic rules that I was teaching you to read the enemies. And you don't give a crap what your teammates want to do. I don't know who are these guys. I don't know how good they are. And if you're just filling in the positions, you're not actively working to win a match. Like, if you're not in control of your rounds, if you're not the first contact with the enemies, if you're just playing retakes 24/7, or you're in some kind of a disadvantage, you're never learning anything new. Like, what am I learning by playing 1v3 retakes every single round? Like, I'm learning how to pull the rounds out of my anal cavity. Rounds that cannot be won, sometimes. Most of the times, actually.
Rotating.
Okay, so 3 teleports and Clovis A short.
One still Luca. Watch out, Jet.
I don't know why you started walking here, like, you heard 3 teleports, and you know that Clovis is in the window. Run, Forest. Try to go into the tower as soon as possible so we can maybe get some picks. Run, bro! Run! Oh, we missed the timing there.
Spike piazzata.
And this guy is dead.
Reyna lamp. Close elbow.
Oh, hello, Mr. Reyna.
Lamps.
This is mega dangerous what you did here. Brother, if you're already like 2, 3, 4 seconds away from a smoke, before you peek out wide open from 20 million different angles, wait for that smoke. That smoke is very important for this situation. Because what we can do is, like, we can methodically take the space and in the same time also smoke the spike. So the spike is planted inside of this corner right here. And what we can do is we can literally drop this smoke like this, drop down. We're instantly covered from this angle, and we can just focus on the lamps. Then we can maybe go through this, you know, you're probably gonna take a solo fight in the smoke. Like, there's no way that there's gonna be like 2 enemies in the smoke. We take 1 solo fight, wait for our teammates to come with us, and then we fight together. Why would you be in such an overexposed position in a 3v4? Your Jet is still on the B side, and enemies can peek you at any moment of time from anywhere on timing. This is what I said, like, earlier on. Like, you really struggle a lot with this overexposure because you tunnel vision on some initial contacts and sound. I don't know. You just tunnel vision a lot here. Overexposure is the main reason why you're going to be dying a lot in Valorant.
75.
You should have been that sooner. So in this round, the enemies tried pushing B. They ended up on A. So we didn't really, you know, win that round on the B side. So this round you need to play on B side again. And once again, like with Omen, you can just do some classic shorty. Like, you can try killing enemies with a shorty in the tube, in the window, in the B long. Like, we can use this smoke. We can use this smoke, setup, then fuck up the enemies here. It's really up to you.
Spike A.
And if you already want to play A site, once again, play some classic shorty. Like, why would you play with a classic pistol and 2 smokes? You plan to kill the enemy Vele with a Judge and Bucky, Stinger, with a classic pistol.
Select your agent.
Select your agent in a second. Did they win the first round? Yeah, they won the first round. Sorry, I forgot about the predictions, man. First one, W. Okay. How many kills at the end? Is that okay? I guess, like, I'm gonna put here, like, 90 and 80. Oh, by the way, chat, like, I'm back at the gym. Again. You know, I was not working out for, like, I got really fat. Mega fucking fat. Like, literally, right now, I'm on 95 kg. Like, the last time I was on 95 kilograms was, like, I don't know, literally 6 years ago, to be honest. Brother, I did 4 trainings. We're already bench pressing 112 kilograms. Body remembers. Thank you, God. Thank you, body.
30 seconds left.
How tall are you? I'm like 6 feet. Okay, we're actually gonna kill people with a classic pistol, I guess. Good job here, good job here. I play like 3 hours per day is a problem? No. 3 hours per day is more than enough for most of the players to improve. Are you thinking of streaming on Kick? I wanted to do that, but you know, I'm already streaming on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, like too many platforms, man. You know? Like, I'm just gonna stay on Twitch, mainly like YouTube second channel, just to store the VODs for the players that want to rewatch the streams. And TikTok is there, just, you know, some interesting people coming into TikTok, like special people. Good play. I want you to play eco rounds like this. Muy bien, kill. Good trade. I don't know what's the problem in other eco rounds. It's okay. Okay, so in the first round, enemies went B. In the second round, they went A. What do we do in the third round? We play on the B side. Voila. So, what we should do in this round, generally speaking, we're playing defender side of bind. You can literally win 8 out of 12 rounds by playing with a Judge, Heavy Shield, and Bandit, and Utility. Especially in this round, I would pull out the Judge, because enemies are playing some kind of a bonus round. They have shit weapons. And, I mean, you're playing Omen, a master of teleports and that type of stuff, so this can be a very easy round. We just need to make sure that we destroy the Sky Dog in the 12 points, and the round is practically over. He's having the gun on the left arm. Actually, I think in this game, default is right hand. But, you know, you choose on which side you wanna have the gun based on your dominant eye. You know, like, where do you need more vision? Like, you know, where do you see more? Like, but generally speaking, like, I really prefer having it on the right side. On the left side, it looks really unnatural for me. Like, I don't know, it's weird. But also, I would like to have an option in Valorant, same as in Counter-Strike, where I can actually, like, switch the guns based on the angle that I'm holding. Because these guns are ginormous, man. Like, they obstruct the vision so much on some angles. It is insane, bro. Is this guy a dog? Okay, we focus on the yellow color here, and then bam, we don't look at the minimap. We're holding a tight angle. Yellow color, you're already hovering around the mouse button 1, and then
It's A.
okay, it's A.
Holy lamps.
Good smoke, I'm not gonna lie. Good rotation as well. Very good that you're placing your crosshair for your ass. We need to rotate, like, that's the only info that we have. But if enemies are not scaling out yet, here, and we still have the lamps control and the side control, I would not rotate. Depends what we're gonna see on the minimap right now. Yeah, we will rotate here. Like.
Portatore spike ucciso.
Very cool that we're focusing on taking the lamps.
Manca un solo.
I don't know why you kept your location. I mean, why did you walk here? That's all of this was fine. I just don't understand, like, why did you walk here? Like, what type of information were you actually keeping a secret? Like, you just did a paranoia. You made the footsteps in the lamps anyways. You know? Like, your Cypher could have died easily alone, and then it would be like 1v2. But okay, I guess, like, I don't understand. Music is slapping. Oh, Hollywood Undead, man. Like, yo, listen to this, man. Like, Hollywood Undead is like maybe my like top 5 bands that I listened in my life. Like, top 5 definitely. I listened to their music quite a lot when I was younger. They were coming to my country to make a concert for the first time and only time ever. I buy the tickets. I get ready for the concert. We're in some kind of a, you know, like pub, drinking, and we go to the concert and like I hear some Slayer music, like some metal music, and I'm like, where the fuck is Hollywood Undead? And they made an announcement like 1 hour before the concert. They're canceling it because of logistic like reasons. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Ratuli spike cappuccino. Why are you disrespecting Italiano? As with yellow box, when you hold angle from up there is bad on right side. Yeah, for an example. Which country are you from? Germany. Ja, ich liebe Deutschland. Deutschland über allen. Yeah.
Datemi qualcosa.
Okay, now we fucked up the enemy's push again onto the A site, or at least we kinda, you know, fucked them up in that second round. So in this round, we need to use the rule of 3 executes and pre-assume that enemies are once again gonna go B. So B is the best gamble right now again. Let me see if I can pre-fire this. So, we're holding this angle. Yellow color. Dog. Long, no problem. Almost. But listen, like, when you're holding the window with Omen, and you have a paranoia, like one of your, you know, best positions where you can fuck up the enemies with Omen are these claustrophobic choke points that are a bit longer. So when you hold this angle, and you get that contact with the enemies, like now you should try to actually take 1 kill. Unless enemies are sending shit into the window. Like a Sky Dog, Flash, Sova drone, Tejo drone, like there's a bombardment there happening. But you already heard like quite a lot of enemies in B-Long. You also heard the Sky is B-Long, so there's no flashes here popping. You only saw the Clove. So I don't know, why would you back off from this fight? You know, wait for the Clove to be in this choke point, drop a paranoia, peek out, try to get a kill.
Win a whole team.
But okay, I mean, like, we still have a Cypher on the B set and we can play some Crossfire setups and play on the Cypher's utility, that's fine.
P, please.
Okay.
Hold it.
Okay, stay. I stay.
Okay, Clove is dead.
Now they're entering, you can come.
Yeah. Listen, whenever you get a fight from this angle, that can easily be spammed through this box, you never want to be stuck here. As soon as you win a fight from this angle, get out somewhere else. Reposition. Anyways, you want to keep your location a secret, you don't want enemies to know where you are at that moment of time. Go at the backside, go back in the tube, wait to see, you know, what should be your... I mean, right now the round is over, like it's 5v3. All we have to do is play a perfect replay game. Plus, we have the Reyna taking the showers for us, so even if the enemies teleport, they should be cooked. Generally speaking, in Valorant, like, you win a fight from one angle, you instantly reposition, most of the time.
It's on side.
Move, brother! I was up 90 rank rating yesterday and lost 47 today. What should I do to keep climbing well? You should take 1 day rest. You know? Because since you're asking me that question, like, maybe mentality is not really that great. And we'll see what you should do next. I'm Spain, you always use Spanish in your videos. Oh, sí, señori. Actually, that's Italian. Like, my bad.
One.
Riconquistato un B. Ricarico.
Manca un solo nemico.
Last one, Captain. Teleported.
Zone.
Okay. Maybe you could have had a bit more impact in this round, you know, like killing those guys in the window. Then after taking this kill on the sky, like repositioning a bit more. Especially like, you know, if you have two teammates taking the fight from the left side, it's a bit better, you know, like if you stand here and you're just ready to swing out immediately, or you can play with them and then on their contact swing out and take these fights, because from this position you cannot see these deep fights that your teammates are gonna take.
Two Captain.
One.
Messi or Ronaldo? I really don't care, man. I genuinely do. I don't care about two millionaires fighting who's better.
Riconquistato un B. Ricarico.
Zone.
I actually saw this round. He sent me this round through clip reviews, like that I'm doing. But by the way, like when you get my coaching, you get like 24/7 support for the rest of your life. Brother, like, but you can see that you're visible to the enemies. I mean, you cannot like. It's like if I don't see the spider doesn't exist. Like, brother, there's a this big of a gap, man. Like enemies see your ass, like it is this Omen ass. Very big. Thankfully, you're not playing Brimstone. What was this, bro? Like, and so, generally speaking, with Omen, when you call this off angle, and then you drop down, and enemies are going through A short, like your secondary objective is almost always to get into the lamps. Do this smoke, and just fuck up the enemies with a paranoia. I mean, you're not gonna get any easier kills than this. Now here, like, since you decided to move towards the left side and to help your jet, let's play with the jet. Let's scale towards the jet. Let's ignore the spiders on the A short, and you know, that's also a legit option. Like, generally speaking, like when you're defending the bomb sites together with your teammates, you don't need to defend, you know, individual areas of the map, especially if they're super separated, such as, you know, on the A set of bind. You can also simply prioritize the fights together with your teammates in one area of the map, especially when you're in the numbers disadvantage. So here, like, go towards the jet and play with her. Let's kill those guys in showers, and then we play a retake on A set. This actually K top Brimstone is huge, man. Gemini Josh, we'll see, man. My aim resets after a few days. Sometimes I shoot well and sometimes not, so it's consistent what to do. One for all aim training every single day. That's it. And make sure that every other part of your gameplay is consistent. How you play the game, how you position, how you move in the game. Like that's what you truly want to make consistent. Aim is always gonna feel a bit off here and there, like you're gonna, you know, have bad days, good days. But your gameplay and how you think in a game can always be consistent.
They're on lamp.
Why are we not helping this jet?
One lamp.
At least give her a paranoia. Something. She's dead. Let's pray for a second for jet. Okay, second is done. She is removing the pin from within that smoke. It's all jobber, chat. Now we do paranoia.
One lamp, so watch out, Omen.
You should still be fighting with this jet from the left side. Like, what you should have done after using that paranoia to support the jet, you should have teleported on top of this angle, and from this position, try to get the picks in the lamps. Because that jet, I don't know what jet is gonna do. You know? It's a much better gamble for me in this anti-halba, I don't know what type of economy enemies are following at this point, to just play with her. We are 4v5. Let's try to get one pick here. Drop down. Aha, jet wanna fight. I'm ready to fight. Let's fight together. That's it. By the way, this is absolutely the worst position you can play when you don't have the lamps control and the frontside control. Like here, you're cooked. Like what you should have done in this example is teleport behind the truck and try to take the lamps control back. I love how Artejo is just hiding. He's just waiting for us to die. Huh? Yellow Mr. Tejo. Okay. Now, you know, we just need to take this fight. Like, we cannot be waiting for the enemies to get this position, to get this position, get this position, get this position, all 5 enemies to get on the bomb site, and then what? You're fighting like this guy, this guy, this guy. Like, if you're in numbers disadvantage, like, you just need to pick these fights. When you already know the enemy's location, you can abuse your picker's advantage with the proper crosshair placement to just swing out and get the enemies out of the server. Your Tejo already baited for you, even though enemies know about you, you're still in control of this fight. Get ready for it, good crosshair placement, good peek, try to get a kill. Okay, that's one way to get a kill. Oh, hello, Mr. Bucky. What is this peek, man? Like... When was I teaching you to do this? Like to peek with your crosshair down in the ground? Like what the fuck? But we mainly lost this round because we sold the A short completely. We didn't try to get any picks there. And we also sold the jet for nothing. Now, in the rounds when you have the Omen ultimate, like, you can gamble as much as you want. Even if you're not correct when it comes to, like, where the enemies are going to go next, you can just use the TP immediately and just TP away. In this round, gambling on the B side, fine, cool, whatever. You know, there's a chance enemies go B. You know, I would say 60% of chances enemies are going to go B in this round. So, yeah, not bad. Please, chat, try not to be this Tejo. My brother has an ultimate, and he's playing in the spawn. Brother, there's a big-ass long-range area of the map in the B-long. Just send pa, 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 you know. Pa, 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 pa. One rocket here, and okay, this is fine, but once again, I would try to kill these guys by dropping a paranoia in the choke point and then going back. As I said, I have nothing against this as well. I don't know. Like, I think we're selling the space way too easily without trying to get the kills in these choke points.
One city, guys, one city.
Oh, what is that ultimate? Listen, right now your only job is to stay alive. So, you got this
One city, guys.
magical kill onto Waylay. Stay alive. Let's just play retake. The best decision you can make right now, since you're alone on the bomb site, is to go back into the spawn, regain the elbow control, so that we can get ready to do a fast retake before the enemies maybe even plan the spike. I love, like, you know, I love when players say, like, you know, Platinum Diamond is, like, not low elo, Ascendant is high elo and stuff like that.
That's probably okay.
It's always fun watching gameplay in Valorant. Okay. Good. You need to focus a bit more on a defender's side, on better repositioning, and maybe trying to pick some of these fights, like with the paranoia, in the choke points where you can just fuck them up with the paranoia. You know? What rank is this? Platinum 3. So, now they smoked you off. You try to get a kill, no problem. Drop down, do a one-way for A short, be ready to paranoid them and kill them. What is the problem? You have a shorty as a primary secondary weapon. If Veil is engaged, just pull it out, kill her. Listen, I'm a crazy motherfucker, and now, you know, the play that I would try to do is not something I would actually recommend you to do, but, you know, in this situation, I don't know, like, I just have a feeling this would work in this CLO. Like, I would do a smoke here. When the enemies are scaling out, I would actually paranoid them as they're going here, teleport into this corner and try to get the picks onto the enemies moving in, but obviously you don't have to do that. It's not really the best play ever. But you heard the footsteps.
Stay back.
Okay. You need to fight a bit more for the lamps, you know, like, and from the lamps. I don't say that you should pick lamps as a first position, almost never. Like, your first position should always be like some kind of an off angle, tight angle. On top of the truck, you can play in 3, 4, 5 different ways, like, you know, like holding some positions like this, then jumping and surprising the enemies. You can play some double tower setups with your teammates. You know, you don't need to play this spot. But once you use these angles, like, you usually want to end up in the lamps and be ready to shit on the enemies as they're scaling out.
Manca un solo nemico. Spike at
By the way, when it comes to the end of the match, I'm only counting the second half. I'm not counting overtime. You notice that enemies are going A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Every round they're doing something different. You notice that enemies are subjected to the rule of fear. So in this next round, we should play B side. Let me see the enemy's economy. I'm kind of lost there.
I think we are risking too much for this round. Like, this round was already won.
You guys were going 1v1s.
datemi qualcosa.
I guess we're not gonna see the tab. Can I get the tab? One tab, please. I don't know if pulling out operator here is a good idea. You know, especially not against the Veil with the ultimate. I'm much better countering this one would be to get a judge, heavy shield, and bend it. Enemies have a very minimal amount of recon utility. Only Skydog. Veil is dashing in like a monkey everywhere. Free pick for you, free kill. I am nothing against pulling out the op. Combine it with the shorty, please, like, especially when you're playing Omen. But if the enemies are eco Halbay again, judge with the bandit would be a better option. Yeah, judge with the band, maybe, I don't know, like, whatever. Op is fine.
Bel lavoro, non facciamo errori.
Grazie.
Thank you.
Grazie. Whenever you're holding tight angles, long range angles, medium range angles with the operator, always double zoom. It's easier to see the first pixel of an enemy, because pixels is what you should focus on. And it's easier to just micro correct and be more precise. Yeah, whatever. Very good that you're using top to bottom rule. Very good crosshair placement here.
Can you smoke? Can you smoke? Can you smoke?
Yeah. What is our jet doing, man? Why's he playing with a shorty here? Like, we have money for something better.
Can you smoke? Can you smoke? Can you smoke?
Listen, hear me out. Generally, when you get the op, try using this angle at least once. So get on top of the truck, go on the right side, and hold this position. And try to react onto the enemies here. Even if you miss a shot, you can go for a second, surprise, jump peek, try to get a kill. And then you can smoke for the jet and do whatever you want. By the way, when your teammates are like, you want to give the smokes to your teammates that you would like to have. So basically, if your jet is playing here, You don't want to drop this smoke. You know, that smoke is bad for her. You want to give her this type of smoke. A bit more shallow one. So she can play around it. Dodge the enemy sky dog. And actually, you know, go for some kind of a play. Hello, Mr. Jet. Have you ever thought of coaching Voodoo or Maisky? I was actually thinking about that, to be honest. You know? But they're mainly playing for content and you know, they're so burnt out from Valorant. Like, neither of these two guys are playing Valorant because they love playing Valorant. They hate it. You know, they're only playing it because they got viewers on Val, and that's normal. Like, I would say 90% of creators in Valorant don't like playing Valorant. They're just playing it for money. So, I don't know how much they want to try hard and actually get Radiant. Or High Immortal. You know? And also, it might be a waste of time for them. Because if they actually played in a bit more serious lobbies, they would not be getting the content that they're getting right now. Because Radiant and high lobbies in Europe are just dead zone. Like, no one is speaking, everyone is depressed. Literally, there's nothing to do. You're either fighting to win, babysitting your teammates, and that's it.
Why no one really?
Sky low, sky low.
Reyna bathroom. Reyna bath.
Drum B.
You didn't really lose this round. You know, your Cypher quite literally lost this round with that push, and there's nothing you could have done about it. It is what it is. To be honest, in this round we need to save. Unless we get some magical kills right now. We're winning 11-8. You know, we don't need to sacrifice like 5,750 credits just for trying to win a 3v5.
Touching me.
Okay, plant B, plant B.
It's plenty. Am I deaf? Ah, it's SB, sorry, so my headset like...
Well,
Uno per uno. Ah, 1 by 1. Is that what Bailey says?
Spike piazzata.
Drone in
In this round we had like 3 problems. Problem number 1, playing this retake is hella hard right now. So, you know, we might just be losing the guns for nothing. Problem number 2 is like, we don't know if an enemy is behind us. So as we're going for this retake, we need to consistently check our ass. Problem number 3 is like, if you don't get a pick in the next 10 seconds, we need to disengage this mission. Mission abort.
missione.
Yo, George, what's the name?
Drone abbattuto. Granata in volo.
Okay, now we can try winning it, but we need to check our back. Okay, very good. We went too fast, so it's fine. Madre mia! Dios mio!
One long.
Okay, so now we're in a 2v2. Camera! Cameraman. Oh. Now we're in a 2v2. We have plenty of time to defuse the spike. We know that one enemy is B long and one enemy is elbow. What do? We only tap the spike to bait out the enemies and try to go for the kills. We need to get 1 kill before we can half defuse the spike. Once we get that 1 kill, we also have the smoke in 14 seconds and we can just win this round. So the worst thing we can do right now is stick the spike defuse and pray to God that our Reyna is gonna win 1 versus 2.
Long.
Manca un solo nemico. Ultimo giocatore rimasto.
We should have been I don't know. Yeah. I mean, Reyna did a good job there killing that long guy, but you knew one guy is in the elbows, so... Yeah. you know, Reyna is fighting along, you try to kill the guy in the elbow, we kill both guys, we win the round. You have the AWP as well.
Stick it.
Like in these 2v2s, when the spike is planted, like defusing the spike can never be your highest priority if you don't have the smoke like to cover up the spike and to half defuse it. Like we need to search for one kill and bait out the enemies with a fake defuse to get one kill, and then we can half defuse it and try to search for a second kill. Only like when you're really low on time, like you need to go for a half defuse, obvious. Like let's say if you had like less than 20 seconds to defuse the spike here, okay, sticking the half would be fine. But since we had like around 25-30 seconds, it's fine. We can waste like 5 seconds of our life to bait, to see if the enemies are gonna peek, what are they gonna do, try to get the kills, and then go for a defuse.
Let's save.
Okay, so how much money we have? So what we're buying in this round is Judge, Light Shield with 1 smoke, right? If you already have money for a Light Shield, get a Light Shield with a Bandit. Bandit is also good, you know, especially on the defender's side. Bandit is really good because on 0 to 10 meters, 1 bullet to the head is always a kill. Why not? But once again, we're playing Bind, you know. Get a Bucky. Get a Bucky with a Light Shield or something like that, you know. You can easily kill this Melee. The Melee players are very dumb in these elos, like they just dash, you know, they're gonna dash in front of the site like imbeciles, dash into the lamps, easy pick, like they very rarely stay away from these default strategies. Fuck the Sheriff in eco rounds. Bandit is far better option. On Bind, on Bind. I don't know. I think you could have gotten a free pick in the lamps. Please, precision over the speed. Like placing this smoke 1 second later is not gonna mean anything. But that smoke once again is gonna fall down and look like shit. And if you played in, you know, so in this round, if you just played lamps with a Bucky, bait the enemies with a classic pistol, make the enemies think you have only classic, you know, destroy the sky dog. There is one guy pushing you here like an imbecile, 1,000,000%. Free pick, free upgrade gun. With a paranoia, maybe I can get 1 more kill.
Visione bloccata. Ricarico.
One lens, maybe what?
Visione bloccata.
I don't like that you always fall back towards this position. Like whenever enemies are pushing the A side, you always want to find yourself in this spot, right here. Trading your teammates and playing with them. And whenever enemies take the lamps, usually your #1 priority is regaining the lamps control when you're going for the A retakes.
Two lamps.
Nemico di stato nemico.
Missili artici. Primo divisione. Localizzo i bersagli.
Brother, you quite literally heard 2 enemies teleporting. Let's pick up the gun and help the jet.
Yeah, probably big guys.
Oh, no, we didn't hear 2 so my bad. I'm just deaf. I'm just deaf. My bad. My bad. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. My bad. I need to clear my ears. All good. It was the body. It was the body of this guy.
Yeah, probably big guys.
Okay.
Zero A.
I just feel that this round should have been over like 30 seconds ago. You could have got a kill onto the Clove, take a Guardian, play a Crossfire with Reyna from the site, close out the site for the enemies and that's it. Cypher would not be dead. You're playing way too passively, like that's the problem. Like your first angle is usually okay that you take, but then like you sell everything to the enemy team. Okay, in this one we play B set, obviously. AB rule and that stuff. Listen, whenever you have a teammate that looks towards the barrier here, you always pre-assume that teammate is peeking aggressively the B short. That's a very dangerous peek to do it alone. Thankfully he's playing jet and he can dash away, but you always want to support this teammate. So, come close there, use a paranoia for the jet, and maybe you can peek together with her as well. And let's lock down the whole B short area of the map together. You need to support this guy. You don't want to support the jet, but at least start in the B long. For Christ's sake, we're playing Omen. You know, we can just hold the paranoia here and flash the enemies. You know, we can do a smoke here as a default smoke. You know, once we hear the enemies, use a paranoia, send them out. It's been better on Bind over Omen in a 7-1 solo queue. Omen is better always for ranked solo queue.
Guys, probably.
Okay. Listen, like, if these smokes are active, and the whole backset is clear, plus you have the lamp's control, you have two options. Go towards the Reyna ASAP, or drop down and get behind this angle. Like, now it's good to drop down, so that you're not overexposed from 20 million different angles from the site. And you don't need to force a 50-50 fight. You still have two teleports. You have a smoke as well. You can drop down, smoke the showers. You know, we can clear this angle right here from this position. Aha, enemies are stuck on the left side. Let's cook them. Let's fuck them up. And now it's simple.
Spike piazzata.
One buff.
Now you definitely need to smoke the showers and clear the bench as soon as possible.
One lamps.
What should we do right now? Enemies know your location. You're inside of the smoke. There's enemies in the lamps, on the site, and in the showers. What do you do in this situation? Who wants to be a millionaire? 3, 2, 1, you use a fake teleport to reveal the enemies through the smoke and to see where the fuck they are, actually. And to make them, you know, to disorient them a bit. Then, based on that info... Sorry, camera. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back. Then, based on that info, you decide whether or not you want to fight and how you want to fight. Plus, we have a paranoia as well. Paranoia. That's the guy I'm coaching. Holy shit, bro. That shot from the glove. I don't know, like that guy was gliding, man. Well played by the enemies. Nothing to see here. Just this smoke was... I don't know why you did a smoke on the side here. Like the spike is quite literally planted here. And in these, like, 3v3s, you really... If you have one smoke, you really want to use the smoke on top of the spike. So we can actually force the enemies to make some kind of a play. Get them out of the choke points. Half defuse the spike. Do anything. I don't know why did you use this smoke. But whatever. You know, we live to fight another day. But it was also good for Bind. He has longest smoke or no. He's okay. You know, he's the most optimal agent on Bind. Just that he lacks any outplay potential for ranked solo queue. You know? There's not that many things you can do with Brimstone. Like what? You do a Steam Beacon for your teammates. Like Molotov Ultimate, you know, that you have like once in every 6-7 rounds. Yeah, 6-7. This is, ladies and gents, how you don't play with the shotguns in the close range choke points alone. You can never play like this. So what's the problem here? You take an angle like this, you know, as your starting position. By the way, right now he should be here. Like this is how you hold this choke point. Enemies walk up here. They pick you on timing while you're looking at the minimap, you die. Number one. Number two. Your teammates don't know if the enemies are going through the B short. And we're wasting our valuable time to tell them to rotate. Number three. Enemy Sky comes to the choke point. On contact, flashes you, kills you. You want to play in the lamps with the shotguns. You're never going to start like this. And let the enemies take all of this space for free. Let the Sky Dog tag you. Why would you do that? You start in the window. Get a bandit, classic pistol, whatever you have. Hold this angle. Try to go for one headshot. Destroy the enemy's utility. Deploy a smoke. Play around it. Don't let the enemy surprise you. What now? If you kill this dog with a judge, enemies might not push you, or they're gonna bombard you with utility, and Deadlock is gonna suck you as well. Listen, one path. I don't know, like here, like whenever you end up in the tube. So, whenever you end up in the tube, right here, the main thing that you should be focusing on when you have the shotguns is fighting the enemies on the right side. Like, this is 90% of times your first contact when you're in the tube is gonna be on the right side. So, I don't know why you're backing off into this smoke where the enemies can easily spam you and kill you. Play here, listen to the sound, listen to the footsteps, be ready with the crosshair here, kill that Vele. Then you can maybe use a paranoia here, teleport into this corner. By the way, when you have the shotguns, you always want to place the window smoke to look like this. Always. So you'll always have an option to go for a play like this, where you can basically fuck up the enemies if you get stuck on the site. I guess good dodge. A bit risky teleport, but we had to do it. Listen, if you're already behind the enemies, they don't know about you. Take your time. You know, like, pull out that classic pistol, like, aim at the... Take as much time as you need. Even if they turn around and they shoot you, like, it's better that you try to be precise and kill this guy with 2 bullets in the head than panicking around. Always try to take your time for everything. It's okay, like, speed is gonna come as you practice. But once again, I think we could have gotten, like, 1, 2, 3 kills in the window. If you're playing way too scared, like, you're doing the play that you should be doing, but in an area of the map where you should be doing it, but you don't do it.
Costi quel che costi.
Fuck the stinger, man. You know, like, if you have a money to get a judge with a heavy shield, get a judge with a heavy shield. You know? Okay, you need a smoke and a TP. Get a judge, light shield, smoke, teleport. Ask for the bandit from your teammates. Far better than playing with a stinger in a, you know, in this type of situations. Especially because in this game, enemies are quite literally just running it down through lamps. They don't use a flash for the lamps, they don't use any utility for the lamps, they just go into the lamps. In lamps, you could have had like enormous amount of kills. Just with a stinger is gonna be interesting.
Yes, eh?
La caccia ha inizio.
Where I belong.
It's fake, maybe. One shot.
But look how that is how the club got the lamps like 2 times already. TP.
What I mean.
We don't need to peek. What are you peeking out? Brother. So, whenever you're getting flashed, okay, not really flashed, but whenever there's a lot of shit happening around you, and you have time to chill, like enemies are not engaging you at that moment of time, you should always take 1 second of your time just to check the minimap, to see what your teammates are doing, how safe they are, and what you should do next. Jett is on the flank, we don't need to fight. Jett is the playmaker. We just need to bait the enemies and make sure that they don't get, they don't go out onto the B side, through the TP. We cannot peek through the lamps right now, go for a wide peek, because I don't know, like, how much space enemies have taken because of this Tejo, especially here. And right now, the Valley can be there. Relax, chill. Like, right now, all you need to do is just stay alive in the lamps. And bait the enemies as much as you can. Jiggle, peek them a bit, exchange a few bullets, and wait for the Jett to complete her task.
70.
Never use any smokes in the choke points where your teammates are going for the flanks and lurks. If you already wanted to smoke something here, smoke the showers. We need to cuck the enemies in the showers and to push them back a bit so that Tejo and Cypher don't die. We won't. That Valley is dead. That's why we did a smoke, huh? To greed for the gun.
Rotate, probably.
No, they're rotating.
So on buff, watch out. Was buff. Sì.
30 secondi rimasti. Manca un solo nemico.
Buff.
Okay. Pretty good ending. In overtimes, you just use whatever worked the most in the regular part of the match. Enemies were pretty dog shit on both A set and B set, so in this game it really doesn't matter. Like, the main problem was like how we were executing a site, so I think that's gonna be the problem again. Can the excuse where people say I have a bad day, bad game, be used, or what do we say? Anyone can have a bad game, but like, when I play with the pro players and with Radiant players, they always have a bad day. Always. I don't remember the last time I won a match with a pro player in my team. Against me, they have the best days ever. So yeah, like it can be used, but like you cannot have like a bad 15 matches in a row. Like we cannot use it there.
Shorty, best
Wait,
best
middle.
weapon in the game.
Localizza i bersagli.
It's close on the left.
121.
Listen, if you don't have anyone starting on the right side, start from the right side, and especially if enemies at least one time do this type of a play where they want to walk into this right position, keep starting from the right side, and instantly as the round starts, lock down this angle. Dying like this is just like fucked up.
Localizza i bersagli.
It's close on the left.
120.
Not your fault. Your teammates should have been ready for this and all of that, but it is preventable.
120. Bro, he's 120.
In this 2v4, there's only one advice I can give you. we need to shoot some heads in this A short. Once again, I think enemies are gonna definitely be undisciplined. They're definitely gonna be peeking you. And before we decide to do anything, we really need to get a pick now, right now. In these situations, like, we need to win this fight. Okay, very good. Now in this 2v2, we just need to play together and go onto one bomb site together and clear every single angle methodically, one by one. Here, we could... Maybe what I would have done, I don't know, which is a bit more unpredictable, I would probably walk into the showers with this Cypher and still end up on A site. But later, throughout the round. You know, like, in like 40 seconds. Just to make the enemies think that maybe we're walking onto the B site or something like that. Because going B right now, if you need to walk towards the B site, like, it's gonna take us a lot of time. And if the enemies are using 2% of their brain power, they should be able to read this. Like, whenever you're playing this 2v2, 1v2, 1v1 clutches, like, you're just asking yourself, like, what would you do if you were in the enemy's position? Or what would an average enemy in your lobby do if you make an X play? You know? Like, it's like you're playing chess a bit, basically. Like, you need to be 2 steps ahead. Please check the right. Okay.
Spike.
Also, when you're clearing the angles, like, especially when you're clearing the crossfire positions. I mean, I didn't really see you have a problem with this. But, yeah. So, you want to check this position. You can never clear it like this. Because it's a crossfire spot where the enemies can hold you from left and right. You always have to clear these positions by going in and out. And then going in and out on the second spot. Now in this round, you should have 100% played on the A side. Enemies were more focused on attacker's side on A. They want more rounds on the A side. So that's the only gamble that we can make.
A sucks.
And, you know, if I started on A in this round, I would definitely play with the Reyna, because whenever you see that your teammates are aggressively contesting the enemies in showers, A short, window, B long, you usually want to play with that teammate if you're starting on that site.
A sucks.
Spike piazzata.
Spike piazzata.
Spike piazzata.
Listen, like, when you're clearing the angles on the contact, like, you completely forget to go in and out. Like, yes, there are some angles that you want to peel, some angles that you need to cut, essentially. Like, of course, I'm gonna peel this angle and come up here. But as I'm getting revealed from that position, in and out, 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 and then checking this position. Then we go here. You need to go in and out because enemies can literally play here, they can play here, they can play there, they can play here. And you need to clear all of these angles one at a time, and mainly getting the info and trying to get a kill with a dead zone mechanic. You cannot drive around the angles like you're a taxi driver.
Spike piazzata.
Okay, we covered a lot of the topics during this VOD review. LS team, we're gonna continue our talks to the private messages. I'll tell you what you need to do and what you should be doing next. This was a free VOD review, like part of some coaching, whatever. Like, so, you know, sorry guys, like, no good stuff for you today, except the VOD review. And, you know, focusing on these individual problems. On Thursday, we're doing another free VOD review, where I'm not gonna go that deep, And from Friday, we're gonna start with tracker reviews, ranked games, and we have like 2 tier 2 sub VOD reviews where I'm actually gonna, be giving some solutions live. So yeah. Other than that, for the second YouTube channel, thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, all of that good stuff. Join Discord for coaching, join the streams, and I'll see you next time. Roll the closer. Bye-bye.